Hello, hello, everyone.
Hello.
Welcome, Flora.
I'm very excited to be here. Thank you for organizing such amazing events. Empowering women in the tech space is really, really exciting, and I'm thrilled to be here joining everyone.
We are thrilled to have you. If you're excited, say something in the comments. Send a thumbs up. We are so excited for your session. I do want to lay a few ground rules. We want this to be as engaging as possible, so there are reactions down at the bottom. Um, Feel free to post your questions either in the chat or in the question and answer. We will have time at the end for your questions. And also show some love on socials as well. Hashtag CreatorFest. But yes, please stay respectful in the chat section as well. But super excited to have you. When you're ready, take it away, Flora.
Thank you, Jasmine. Thank you so much. Let's see. I will present my presentation. So, mastering your pitch, building an impact business Canva and deck to persuade and inspire. So, why did I choose this topic? So, my background is in corporate communication. And for many years, I was teaching business English to C level executives. And it gave me an overview of how different businesses worked. It was a job that I really loved, and it helped me after specialize in corporate communication. So, as my background, I thought this would be something that would be relevant, and I hope it will be interesting for you to learn. Maybe there's concepts that you already know, and maybe we'll be introducing some new ideas. No, so the idea is to dive into how to craft a successful pitch deck and understand the business model Canva. So when we create a business model Canva, it helps us create our pitch deck. So I hope by the end of this session you can understand better how to create a pitch deck that is persuasive and clear for investors and for your customers. And during this session, I would like you to think about one quick question that you would like to have answered, and uh, and what you think is the hardest part about creating a pitch for you. Um, so the different our agenda will cover introduction to what a business model Canva is, the key business Canva blocks and the corresponding pitch slides, how the Canva supports the pitch deck, and finalizing and delivering a winning pitch deck. And just to wrap, we will wrap it all up. About me. So, as I mentioned before, I was a business English teacher for the beginning of my career and specialized in corporate communication. And in 2019, I launched the blockchain incubator in Thailand. We built a beautiful co-working space which we offer for startup founders to work from. Why did we choose Thailand? Because it really reduces the cost of building, especially at the early stage startups. Building maybe in the Bay Area or Silicon Valley is very expensive. No, so in Thailand we have all the services that we need. Great co-working spaces, very fast internet, and it really reduces the cost of. So for early stages and when you're bootstrapping, it's a great place to build from, no? And so as I said, Yellow Incubator is a startup launchpad pad, and we try to empower entrepreneurs by providing them seed investment, advisory service, and market deployment strategies. and we focus on Web3, blockchain, crypto, DeFi, GameFi, the metaverse, and the NFTs. So yeah, spaces where innovation meets potential, no? And I'm really excited about the startup ecosystem. It's so full of energy and passion, and it's like being part of something that can radically change industries and lives, no? It's like there's something truly thrilling about this startup space, whether you're launching a startup product or solving like a real world problem, the possibilities are endless. And I love working with startups because it's not just about creating a business, but it's like about creating a future, no? And I'm especially passionate about tech for good, where we can use technology to build a better and more sustainable solution for our society. Yeah, so that's a bit about me. And 2 years ago in 2022, I had the fortune to attend Draper University, and I did like a 5-week program it's called the Startup Hero Program. And it was really, really interesting for me to take part. It's a 5-week program with the focus. Well, there's lots of workshops for founders, and they encouraged us and taught us how to raise funding, know how to talk to investors and present our ideas to investors. And I really recommend it. If you have a great idea, really present it to them, and try to raise the funds to bring these ideas to life. No, so whilst I was doing this program for 5 weeks, I was very fortunate to attend the launching of the first flying car of history, and the presentation was amazing. During this presentation, they even sold one car. And so the next day after the presentation, I saw one of the inventors of this first flying car of history, and I thought, wow, that's so amazing. I thought, I need to ask him something. So I took this opportunity to just make a short video, and I asked him a question. So I want to share this video with you.
Okay.
Hello, everyone from Draper University.
Hi.
I am with the founder of Aleph, Oleg, the first flying car of history. And I wanted to ask him, what advice would you give young innovators?
Hi guys. Yeah, very glad to see you. So my recommendation would be dream big. So if you have any like crazy idea and you think it's too crazy, it's never too crazy. Just go ahead and try to implement it. Just find the right guys, find the right team, find the right partners, find the right investor. Everything is possible. Just go ahead. Don't hesitate.
Thank you so much.
No
Great
problem.
advice.
Yeah. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
So yeah, dream big. I thought that was such an amazing advice, no? And I want to encourage you all to dream big and try to bring your ideas to life, no? And I want you to reflect on what's one dream that you've always wanted to bring to life, however big it seems, no? I mean, if imagine he had a dream of building this flying car as a child, and he brought it to life, no? So yeah, I think it's really, really important, and not be afraid to fail. As I mentioned before, no, the we have to be willing to fail in order to innovate, no? So yeah, that said,
Thank you.
oh, hello, everyone from Draper University. Let's continue with our presentation. I want to present the Lean Up Startup Model. It's a methodology on building quickly and measuring real customer feedback and learning from that data. And it helps startup and businesses avoid wasting time and resources by testing our assumptions early. Why do I want to talk about this model? I think this is interesting for hackathons, because um, during hackathons we only have a limited time to build our ideas. So we want to experiment rapidly, and this lean up startup methodology focuses on creating the minimal viable product as fast as possible. So in the hackathon, when the time is tight, it is crucial that we develop something basic that can be tested with real users right away. No, this approach is customer centric, so it encourages to get feedback from potential customers fast. In a hackathon, we're going to present our MVP to the judges or to the public, and it gives us a great chance to validate our ideas and improve them based on real feedback. No, it's an interactive process. So this model helps us. The idea is we build, we test, and refine. And in this fast pace of a hackathon, it really being able to pivot and adjust based on new insight is essential for success. So the idea is we have limited resources during hackathons. So we have limited time and tools and mentors. And with this methodology, we can keep focus on what is essential for us to build, to test our ideas. And this way we try to optimize our resources and avoid unnecessary work. As I say, we want to fail fast and fail cheap. No, the time in the hackathon is short, and failure is a part of the process. So with this methodology, we are encouraged to test our ideas with the minimum investment possible, as fast as possible. And if something doesn't work, we move on quickly to the next interaction, and we try to minimize our efforts. No, and it really helps us with collaboration and flexibility. So hackathons are highly collaborative with teams. Each one brings different skills, no? And this model is flexible enough to adapt to varied talents. So it allows everyone from coders to marketers to designers to contribute meaningfully. So it's very interesting concept to take into account for when we are taking part in a hackathon, no? The idea is we build, measure, and learn. We start with a minimum viable product as soon as possible to test our ideas and gather the feedback as soon as possible. And validating and learning instead of making guesses, we use this real data from the customer interactions to determine if our product or services has a market fit, you know. And then once we build experiment, we measure, we can decide to pivot or persevere, no? So we can either make the fundamental change to our approach or persevere and refine and keep moving forward with our plan. So yeah, so it's a very interesting concept to think about, to bring when we're building. Okay, build fast, measure, take as much data as you can, and then learn and make the necessary changes. So how does this connect to the business model Canva that we're presenting today? So the business model Canva provides us with the visual structure for outlining the key aspects, no? It helps us hypothesize the key elements of our business, while the lean startup models helps us test and validate those hypotheses with real customers. So the business model Canva provides a foundation, and the lean startup ensures a continuous refinement, no, based on the insights that we receive. So so before we go into our pitch deck, the more defined our business Canva is, the more we can define our business pitch deck. So it's like the blueprint for our entire business model. It's like a visual map of how our business operates, who it serves, and how it generates value. So we think of it as a high level framework that captures the most critical elements that define our business. Okay. So when filling out the business Canva, it allows us to think critically about the various aspects of the model. You know, we want to emphasize, it's really important, the better we feel our business Canva and structure it, the more clear idea of the business we will have and how we could market position it, you know. um, we'll find it much easier to put a compelling pitch deck after. It's like a visual model of our business. It's like putting the pieces together, you know, and we break it down. So we have the key components. We can see here customer segment, value propositions, channels, customer relationship, revenue streams, key resources, key activities, key partnerships, and the cost structure. If you have any questions, oh, I see there's a question. What advice do you have for someone who's never worked at startup but is curious? I would say go for it. I think it's really interesting space to work from, and there is so startups. There are so many industries that but I would go for something that I'm very passionate about, no? So currently I am building SciFlow. SciFlow is a peer-to-peer support network for psychedelic integration. It's a non-profit, and but we're building it like a startup model because we believe non-profits have to be sustainable and not count on donations. So we are actually using a business model to create this non-profit to make it sustainable throughout time. No, although it's a different kind of concept. It's more for focused on social impact. We're still following this startup idea. No, as I say, I would say to definitely go for it. Answering your question. Yeah. So here you have a general the whole Canva, and here you see first it's key activities, key partners, key resources, value propositions, customer segments, customer channels, customer relationships, costs, and revenues. No, but when we look at it, we can have like a comprehensive overview of the key business components, no? And mapping these elements will help the companies align with their activities, and it will help us make more informed decisions. So there's a variation. So this one that we have here was developed in 2008 by Alexander Ostwald, and then we have a different variations. There's like the lean canvas, which is more like specifically designed for startups with a focus more on customer problems and solutions and unique value propositions. But it's, so maybe it modifies from the original one in some blocks to better suit the early stage ventures, no, looking to validate. But in essence, a business model, Canva gives us a clear picture of how a business model operates, with this section contributing to the overall story of the business. So let's break it down, because when we're filling it in, we will start with the most important, understanding a customer segment. So this is the foundation of everything, and understanding our customers means how what they need and why we are building this. No, um, our business exists to solve some specific problem for a certain group of people, and these people are our target customers. So the better we can identify them, the better we can develop the products and how to market it and how to scale our business. For example, there are there are mass markets, for example, IKEA, so which targets anybody just looking for affordable furniture. Or then we have more niche markets, for example, Tesla, which is more focused on luxury, environmental conscious buyers, no? And it's more like a niche market. Or then we have more like segmented markets, no, where a group of customers based on similar needs, but with some differences, no. So we need to understand which market we are approaching. We are trying to to serve, no. Then comes our value proposition. So now we know who our customers are. we can talk about our value proposition. And this is the most important part of our business because it's what makes our product or service different and better than anything else in the market, no? So we have to have a very strong value proposition. Why should someone buy from us or use our service instead of somebody else, no? And it should directly address the customer pain points, needs, or desires. And it has to resonate with them deeply, no? For example, Apple. Apple is not just about selling phones, it's about selling it's like being part of a group, no? It's like they're selling seamless, elegant experience, high quality design, a bit of a premium status, we could say, even, no? So it's really important to understand our value proposition, how we are differentiating from our competitors, no? Then we have the channels, okay, how we are going to reach our customers. um, the channels are the means by which you get your product or services to our customers. So for example, this can be physical or digital, no? We can think of the traditional retail stores as a physical channel, or we can think of a website or an app as a digital channel, no? So depending of what our customers needs are, what do they need? Do they shop online? Are they more likely to walk on a store? Do they prefer a more personal touch, or are they all about convenience? No, so it's important choosing the right channel is not important. It's like critical. No, so if we're targeting a young audience, young audiences today are more in social media or online stores. But if we're selling luxury products, people normally prefer a physical store experience. No, they want to touch the product, they want to feel it. No, so so this will really change how efficiently we reach our audience. No, and how we make or break our sales. Then we have customer relationships. This is all about how the type of interaction that we create with the customers. And the goal here is to create loyalty and engagement. No, so so how are we going to create the most engagement? And then we have our revenue streams, no, which is so important. Um, there are different ways where we can generate revenues. Is this a one-time sales where customers are going to buy our product once, or are we providing them as sales? We have like subscriptions models where customers pay regularly to have access, for example, Netflix or Spotify, no, or maybe our model depends on advertisement, or you know we have sometimes models that have like a freemium option and a premium option, like LinkedIn, no, or Dropbox. So, or we can have a pay per use, no, where the customer pays each time that you're using a service. For example, Uber, no. So we have to think which are going to be our revenue models. So we have like these five elements: our customer segment, value propositions, channels, customer relationships, and revenue streams. No, and they're all interconnected, and are vital for creating our business model that works for. Yeah. Then next we have key partners. Going to the Okay, so it's about identifying the people or the companies that we rely on to make our business work. No business is an island, and we all need partners. We all need suppliers, investors, distributors, or even collaborators. So, for instance, a tech startup might rely on a cloud provider like AWS for its infrastructure, so they don't have to build their own servers, no? Or Uber depends on drivers to deliver their services. Or Airbnb, they partner with homeowners to provide accommodation. So our key partners are a crucial aspect of our base of our business. And the stronger our business partners are, and the stronger our partnerships are, the faster and more effectively normally we can scale. Another important aspect are the key activities that we provide, the core things that actually make your business tick. So this could include like the product development, the marketing, customer service, or even managing a supply chain. These activities are what drive the value to our customers. For example, Netflix, no, their key activities are creating, licensing content, maintaining their platform, or managing their massive customer services. Or Tesla, which focuses more on um, research and development, manufacturing, or building out charging stations. So we must identify our product service, no? Which are the key activities that take most of our time and resources. And then we have the key resources, no? The assets that we need to run our business smoothly. It can be human resources like our team, or intellectual resources like the technology or the patents, or the physical resources like the office, the equipment, financial resources like capital. For example, Apple, their brand, supply chain, their retail stores are critical resources. Or Google, their algorithm, data centers, or their team are their main assets. No? So we really need to figure out which resources are essential to keep our business moving forward. And the cost structure. You know, this is where you map out how much it's going to cost to run the business and what's your burn rate. This is crucial because most startups will fail because they run out of funding. So it's really, really crucial to understand our burn rate and how we're going to break it. No, what are our fixed costs? Things that don't change no matter, like rent and salaries, and what are variable costs that can fluctuate based on what we produce, like raw material or transaction fees. For a software company, for example, the cost structure might be fairly light because they don't have massive overhead. But if you're manufacturing, you're looking at higher costs, no, for material, labor, equipment. So, yeah, in a nutshell, we have key partners. They help you scale. The key activities define our operations, and the key resources are what we need to keep everything running. And then we have the cost structure that shows you where to keep your spendings in check. So these are the four pieces to work together to make sure your business operates smoothly and sets you up for like long-term success. So when creating a pitch deck, now we're going to take these ideas that we once we fill in our business Canva, we can transport these ideas to our pitch deck. So very important aspect of a pitch deck is understanding who our audience is. So I found this when working with different founders. Many times, I come from blockchain. Many times, the projects that are being presented are very, very technical. So, a very technical pitch deck is great when looking for technical partnerships, but they didn't work so well when we were speaking to investors because they basically did not understand what we were talking about many times. So it's really important to understand your audience and who you are presenting to. An investor's pitch deck might not look anything like what your partnership's pitch deck is going to look like, no? In an investor's pitch deck, we are aiming to convince the investors to fund our business. So we're going to highlight the problem, the solution, the market opportunity, the financials, and we were going to make a big emphasis on the probably uh, what's in for them, no, what's the potential of the investment that they can make. For a start, for a sales pitch, where we might be targeting our customers or our partners So we're going to showcase our product or services, and maybe we highlight the features or benefits, no? So yeah, it's really important that you think thoroughly who you are presenting this pitch deck for. And it's okay to have different pitch decks for our different audiences. So we can have a pitch deck which is really focused on presenting to our investors, and we can have one which is for our customers, and one that is for our partners, depending on how technical our project is. This would be one very important key that I want to highlight, because it's somewhere where we had failed previously presenting two technical pitch decks for investors. What I have learned through with my experience is that investors want everything explained, like explain me like I'm five, no? So when we are presenting to investors, we want to present our ideas like we're explaining our ideas to our grandmother. If our grandmother can understand them, probably we're doing a good job with them. Here we have a list of, I'm presenting like the 9 slide pitch deck model. So if we follow this model, we will have all the most important keys, aspects that we need, you know. So I encourage you to use this model. It's the most common one used, you know. And as I said before, the business model Canva is like the blueprint of the business. It outlines how your company operates, creates value, and generates the revenue. And the pitch deck, on the other hand, is like your story. It's the narrative that brings your business model to life and communicates to its potential investors or partners or customers. No, so the business model Canva provides the framework, and it gives us the clarity on the customer segment value propositions, and the pitch deck is the story, and it takes the framework and crafts a compelling and visual and engaging story that showcases how your business works and why it matters and why it's worth investing in it, no? So, so as I was saying, I am introducing this 9 slide pitch deck. It's like a simplified yet powerful framework that many of us entrepreneurs use to clearly present our business ideas to investors. So it covers the most critical elements of our business, and it ensures that we communicate our vision, the problem that we're trying to solve, our solution, and our market opportunity in a way that is easy to follow and compelling. So it's not about just making a presentation, it's really about telling a story that connects with the audience and that builds the interest and inspires action. So first we would have the introduction, okay? Start with a compelling like elevator pitch that explains clearly why, what your business does and why it matters. Like with a many times we can use personal stories to explain why, you know, we got to wanting to solve this problem, no? Second is a problem. We define the problem that we're trying to solve and why it matters to our customers. Okay. Third, we would go to the third slide would be our solution. We would explain how our product or service this solves this problem. On the fourth slide, we would talk about the market opportunity and try to demonstrate how the market size and growth potential, uh, why our business is poised for success, no? Um, on the fifth slide, we would explain how we're going to make money, what's our revenue model, and how we're going to be scalable. Next, we would go to the go-to-market strategy, where we want to outline the plan for research, for reaching customers and achieving growth. Our financial projections, we want to provide a realistic forecast, no, that shows the potential for profitability. The 8 slides, normally the team, we introduce our team and highlight why our expertise matters and why we think we're able to execute our vision. And finally, the last one, We want to make it clear what our call to action is. Okay. What do you need from the investors? How will it propel your business forward? You know, so each slide is like a chapter for your business, and together they paint a complete picture of your business and why it's compelling to invest. You know, it is possible to expand. Sometimes you will see pitch decks which are longer. You know, we can add traction. For example, highlight the key milestones such as the revenue or customer acquisition, or to show the progress and validation. And we can also maybe add our competitive landscape, no? Which is our position in the market, and which are our unique advantages, or what differentiates us from our competitors. As I say, once understanding the foundation, we want to really understand the foundation of our business with the business model Canva, and that way we this will really help us craft a more compelling story that resonates. you know so we want our pitch deck to be structured details, and the canvas can evolve, no, to into a captivating narrative, no. So we will focus on the more compelling elements, no, like the problem we're trying to solve, our innovative solution, and the unique value that we're bringing, no. Yeah, so a pitch deck is not only just a presentation; it's an experience, and we want to design it not just to inform but to inspire, and to make our audience eager to join this journey. So, as I say, how does it translate? We want to translate insight from the business model Canva into engaging visuals. We want to focus on the most impactful aspects: the problem, the solution, the market, and the team. And we use unique telling story techniques to make our pitch memorable and persuasive. What are some common pitfalls or in pitch decks that we should avoid? Many times we want to present too much information, you know. The lack of the story, pitch decks should tell a compelling story, not just facts. Ignoring our competition. So it's great to acknowledge our competition and highlight our unique value proposition. Unclear financials, it's really interesting to have a clear picture of our revenue streams and the costs that we're going to be facing. And one very, very, very important aspect is having a clear ask, always specify what we want from our investors. This is a key aspect. So yeah, as I say, the key points of what we've been going through: the business Canva is the foundation, so we really want to clarify the business model as much as we can, starting with our customer segments. Do the research. Don't be afraid to ask. If you have an idea and you are thinking of your potential customers, go and ask them straight. The sooner you ask, the sooner you test your ideas and you validate them, the more the more clear picture you can have of how successful, or what the true market need is, no? So really focus on understanding your customers' needs, understanding your how your channels, how you're going to serve your customers, no. Then, as I say, we have the how to the once you have the clear picture of your business model canvas, it will easily translate into your pitch deck, and with this it transforms into a framework, into a compelling story that can resonate with your audience. We combine both tools to create this story, no. And a great pitch deck is a balance between logic, data driven insight with emotions, that inspire actions. Check out this 9 business pitch deck framework. I hope to be seeing many at the hackathon, many of your presentations. And as I say, always customize the approach for your audience. It is key, who we are presenting to. And yeah, the most effective way to do it is to do it. Love this quote, don't be afraid, go for it, you know, test as many ideas as you can and don't be afraid to fail. Yeah. And thank you so much, everyone, for your time. And if you have any questions, I'll be very happy to answer. And I'll be very happy to connect with you ladies on LinkedIn. And yeah, please, if you have any other questions or you would want any mentoring, don't hesitate to ask.
Well, the chat has been very engaged, so I think you probably will receive a few mentees in the future. Some of the questions that have been asked, um, you mentioned that your nonprofit has a unique structure. How do you launch a business when you're still figuring out different business structures?
Yeah, so it is a non-profit, you know, it's not a different business structure, but we we have been testing different business model revenues, so but we have created it the same way. No, we really created the business Canva model in the same way, and we are maybe in how it changes is that we do have donations and we do count with more philanthropists supporting our project, no, but but we also have like paid services, and we also have like merchandise for a project, which will also be like revenue streams of revenue. Yeah.
Mm. One big question we also received was, will this framework be available after the session? This is a great resource to follow.
Oh yeah, so I will share all the video presentations are being shared on the YouTube channel, and I will make sure to share the resources, the business model Canva and the pitch deck models there for you.
That is greatly appreciated. Yes, the Creator Fest also has a YouTube channel. We also have other socials. Please feel free to follow. And also, we have a hashtag. So if you post about this informative session, please include that hashtag. That'll be wonderful. We also have a survey going out at the that you can see in the chat section. We would love some feedback. Show Flora some love, constructive and positive feedback. Thank you, Darlise, for that correct link. Any more questions?
I read, how do you determine which profit model is best for you? I think sometimes it's a matter of testing different models. I think many companies, when they started, they have changed their revenue model, you know, and I think one is really asking and knowing your customers' needs. The more you research on your customers' needs, the more you will be able to understand how to make your model profitable. Yeah. And the other one I'm reading is any advice on sharing pitch decks on LinkedIn. I think the LinkedIn actually has this option of doing presentations, even like in a carousel option and so. And yeah, it's a great place to have the pitch deck presented. But you also have to remember who is going to be your audience. So when you're sharing the pitch deck on LinkedIn, who are you sharing it for? Are you sharing it because you're looking for investors, or are you sharing it for your potential customers? So that will vary a lot on how your pitch deck will look. No, I guess in on LinkedIn, depending, it would probably be more for your own advertisement. So it would probably be more to show your business to your potential customers. But yeah, I think LinkedIn is a great platform for sharing all these business ideas, even for finding collaborators and partners. Yeah.
That is an excellent point. Darlise funnily commented, "We needed you just for the pitch deck, just for Creator Fest." Well, we thank you so much for sharing this information with everyone. I even personally just thoroughly enjoyed this whole presentation.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, and I'm really looking forward to joining the following weeks, and I'm really excited to see all the projects that are being presented and built.
The growth should be beautiful.
I want to see you girls dream big. Yeah,
We had a couple comments that dreaming big is such a scary experience.
yeah,
But thank you for encouraging everyone to get out there and do it scared.
yeah. Thank you so much.
And thank you so much. We look forward to hearing from you in the future, connecting on LinkedIn, and just taking your advice and applying it to our own business endeavors.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so much, Sarah.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. Have a great one. Bye bye.
Bye.